Have you ever sat down to do something important, really important, only to find yourself scrolling through your phone 3 hours later, wondering where the time went? You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're trapped, and the one who set the trap is your own brain. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the psychology of motivation in 2026, why it feels harder than ever to focus, why we're more distracted than any generation in history, and most importantly, how to take back control. This isn't motivation porn, this is brain science. By the end of this 20 minutes, you'll understand exactly why your motivation disappears when you need it most, and you'll have a practical psychology-backed system to get it back. Let's begin. To understand why you're stuck, we have to understand dopamine. And here's the thing, most people think dopamine is about pleasure. That's wrong. Dopamine isn't about feeling good, it's about wanting. Dopamine is the molecule of anticipation. It's released not when you get the reward, but when you expect the reward. In caveman times, this kept us alive. Dopamine made us hunt, explore, seek food and mates. It was a survival mechanism. Fast forward to 2026. Your brain still runs on that same caveman software, but now every single app on your phone is designed by thousands of engineers, people with PhDs in psychology and behavioral science, whose sole job is to hack that software. Let me tell you something disturbing. In 2025, a study on digital behavior found that the average person checks their phone 144 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. But here's the part that should scare you. Those checks aren't conscious choices. They're cues. Your brain has been conditioned to respond to notifications like Pavlov's dog responded to a bell. Every buzz, every like, every notification, each one gives you a tiny hit of dopamine, a micro reward that your brain now craves. And here's the cruel twist. The more dopamine you get, the less sensitive your brain becomes to it. This is called dopamine tolerance, the same mechanism that makes drug addicts need more drugs to get high. You don't need to be addicted to substances to be addicted to dopamine. You just need a smartphone. So let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, I just need to find motivation? How many times have you waited days, weeks, months for that magical feeling of motivation to strike? I'm going to tell you something that might change everything. Motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after. This isn't philosophy. This is behavioral psychology. Research consistently shows that motivation is a result of action, not a prerequisite. You do the thing, you gain momentum, and the motivation to continue shows up after you've already started. Think about it. When was the last time you felt like going to the gym? Probably never. But when was the last time you felt great after going? Every single time. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. Motivation creates more action. It's a flywheel. But the hardest part, the part where 90% of people fail, is getting that first spin. Here's the psychological reason why waiting for motivation is a trap. Your brain has two systems. System one is your automatic, emotional, impulsive brain. It wants comfort, safety, and immediate rewards. It's the part that reaches for your phone when you should be working. System two is your logical, deliberate, future-thinking brain. It knows you should study, exercise, build your business. It knows what's good for you. Here's the problem. System 1 is faster, much faster. It reacts before System 2 even knows what's happening. By the time your logical brain says, we should work, your emotional brain has already opened Instagram. This is why willpower fails. Willpower is System 2 fighting System 1, and System 1 has been evolving for millions of years. System 2, a few thousand at most. You can't win a battle of willpower against your own biology. You have to design your environment so you don't have to fight in the first place. Every single day, you face a choice. The soft bed of comfort or the jagged peak of growth. The comfort path feels good in the moment. It's warm, it's safe, it's familiar. But here's what psychology tells us about comfort. It's not happiness. It's numbness. When you choose comfort, you're not choosing peace. You're choosing stagnation. And the human brain, contrary to what you might think, is not designed for happiness. It's designed for growth. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, only happens when you challenge yourself, when you struggle, when you fail and try again. Every time you choose discomfort, you're literally building new neural pathways. You're making your brain stronger. Every time you choose comfort, those pathways weaken. So the question isn't, am I happy? The question is, am I growing? Let me share something I learned from studying the psycholo. What they have is systems. Psychology research shows that people who succeed don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure. Here's what that looks like in practice. First, design your environment. If you want to read more, put a book on your pillow. If you want to exercise, sleep in your workout clothes. If you want to stop scrolling, delete the apps or put your phone in another room. You're not fighting your biology, you're working with it. Second, stack your habits. Attach a new habit to an existing one. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 2 minutes. After I brush my teeth, I will write one sentence of my book. These tiny wins compound. They create momentum. Third, use implementation intentions. Don't say, I'll exercise more. Say, at 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will go to the gym for 30 minutes. Research shows this simple shift, being specific about when and where, doubles your chances of following through. So here's where we are. You understand dopamine now. You understand it's not about pleasure, it's about wanting, and how the modern world has hijacked that ancient system. You understand that motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create through action. And you understand that the real breakthrough isn't trying harder, it's building better systems. Let me leave you with one final thought. In 2026, the most valuable currency isn't money, it's attention. Every app, every notification, every algorithm is fighting for yours. Your attention is being auctioned off to the highest bidder, and you're not even getting a cut. But here's the good news. You can take it back, not by trying harder, not by being more disciplined, but by understanding your psychology, by knowing how your brain works and designing your life around that knowledge. This is what Nesh is about. Understanding the human mind, not to control others, but to free yourself. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are a human being with a brain that evolved for a world that no longer exists. The question isn't, why can't I focus? The question is, what am I going to do about it? The answer starts with understanding, and the action starts with you. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it.